During this chapter, we're going to discuss hazards like environmental hazards, nuisances like excessive noise, or other conditions that might be considered external obsolescence, things that there's really no fixing, there's no cost to cure involved. These are things that are off-site, that are typically out of the control of the buyer, the lender, and certainly the appraiser. Some of these conditions may be discovered without visiting the site through research of public records, or by utilizing services that have compiled thousands of records from databases all over the country. One of the most highly regarded of these services is EDR, Environmental Data Resources. They're reputed to provide data for 80% of the Phase 1 environmental assessments done in America, and have recently developed a neighborhood environmental report that I routinely access and use in my real estate appraisals. I recommend it as an inexpensive way to obtain data regarding the proximity of environmentally sensitive sites to the subject property. Interestingly, by using reports generated by other professionals, in this case EDR, I'm able to make an extraordinary assumption regarding these conditions. And that provides me with yet another layer of protection from liability. As most appraisers are aware, using the service of an expert in a related field is a recommendation made by USPAP in the A09 provision when the appraiser does not possess those skills. For instance, a condition that might be a concern would be a landfill within 1,000 feet of the subject property, either an active one or one that's been closed and capped. It would show up in public records or in the summary map produced in a neighborhood environmental report. We have an environmental awareness seminar where we cover in great detail how you determine what's proximate and how to get that information. So there are lots of public records to help you with this information. So that's what you're going to be learning during this segment, and there's about 12 significant issues. Many of them will not be relevant to every area of the country. For instance, if you live in Maine, you're probably not going to have an operating oil well anywhere close to your house. Whereas if you live in Texas, well, it may be an issue. California, it may be an issue. Subsidence or sinkholes. Well, if you live in Florida, that's an issue for you. If you live in Pennsylvania, maybe not so much. Or New Hampshire, the Granite State, or Idaho. Probably not. So we'll go over those 12 major points so that you understand what they are, and you will also understand which ones relate to your geographic area. Some off-site conditions like high voltage transmission lines, radio towers, and cell phone towers may be present in every region of the country. We are going to address the immediately relevant issues to an appraiser during an appraisal assignment. For example, an appraiser must be cognizant of the design fall distance for the tower that supports high voltage transmission lines. The question that emerges immediately is, how, as a real estate appraiser, do I determine what the design fall distance is? First, let's address the question. The design fall distance is nothing more than the height of the tower on the side that is closest to the subject property. We'll explore this and lots more during the chapter. We'll see you back here afterwards.